Let's see if she starts. What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to another freezing cold wintry day in New Hampshire. It's pretty, but it still sucks. But today does not suck because we're going to pick up another car. But it's a car that I've had for like a year and a half now, but it's made like 1 or 2 appearances on the channel, and then it just disappeared. And on the way there, you sound like a child. And on the ride over to pick up the car, I'll give you a little backstory and catch you guys up as to what is going on. But basically, the car we're going to pick up is going to be a very fun winter car. One of the only ways to have fun in New Hampshire during this time on the road is to basically just drift around in the snow. License and registration. Do you know how fast you were going?
It all started back in 2020 when everyone was stuck at home during the peak of COVID.
State resident fell ill after returning from Wuhan, China.
My dad, brother, and my friend Dave and I decided to check out the state surplus auction, because that's what you do when you're bored in New Hampshire. They had lots of Dodge Chargers, which suddenly made me decide I wanted one.
American muscle.
My God.
What do you think it was, Dave?
A hippopotamus, maybe?
And then came auction day, which was online, of course. Gotta keep things socially distanced. Can't be outside all in a field together. And on auction day, I bought not one, not two,
Yes! 2 Chargers!
but 3 Hemi Dodge Chargers. Granted, the prices were really, really good, which I'll explain in another video, but this was a time when clapped out used cars with 850,000 miles on them and not much of a body left couldn't fetch $1.2 million on Marketplace like they can today.
1996 Honda douchewagon.
We're all done. $44 million. Well done.
So my brother Ty and I hooked up the trailer and headed to the auction site to pick up the cars. Our friend Dave also ended up buying a Crown Vic up there. Why not? We did not race our new police cars on the highway on the way home. No, we wouldn't do that. I decided I would fix up 2 of the other Chargers and sell them to pay for the newer body style 2013 Charger that I would like to keep. After fixing a few things, cleaning them up, and answering around 400 Facebook Marketplace messages that ask, "Is this still available?" I sold the first Charger only a few months later and brought it out to bumfuck Massachusetts to the buyer. The second Charger needed less work, but I got busy because no one realizes just how much work YouTube really is, so around 8 months later, I finally sold the second Charger. And a few months after that, I decided I'd like to finally do something with the remaining Charger. It didn't look very good just sitting in the backyard. But it randomly decided it didn't feel like turning on anymore. Kinda sounds like my ex.
Up again, it ain't starting.
It just kept cranking and cranking and never fired.
Why is the car starting?
Come on, Bobby, start the damn thing.
So, after changing the fuel pump, which I didn't film because I knew it was going to be a shit show, I finally gave up after rigorous searching on the internet as to what to do next. And yes, I checked all the fuses and all the relays and checked that power was actually getting to the pump. I then used the Jeep LJ to drag the Charger into my driveway, where my dad and I washed off 8 months of grime from sitting in the backyard. This was in 30-degree weather, because in New Hampshire, that's considered warm enough to wash a car.
Yep.
The following morning, with the help of my uncle, we towed the car to Northeast Auto Imports, where the most the most skilled mechanic in the galaxy could sort it out and get it running once again. I then flew to North Carolina to escape the blizzard of 2022 and to film a TikTok with a Toyota Prius, then flew back a short while later when the Charger was ready, which brings us here.
Yes, they are. Someone was playing with the spotlight. Beautiful. Can't wait to see if it even makes it out of there.
makes me happy. That's usually sitting outside.
What's that?
It makes me happy that usually sitting outside. Did you do a video on that?
Which one?
The Skyline.
No, it's sold already, I think. That's the one that I did a video on, the all original one, and that I think is over. That's sold.
Yeah.
And then this is the, yeah, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. Keep going. It's insured. I thought he was gonna block it in for a second.
5 minutes later.
Very nice. Someone was obviously playing with the spotlight too, weren't they? Did you guys have fun with that?
I don't know, just backwards the way you control it.
Yeah, it is kind of awkward. I'm never gonna use it. Wink, wink. Let me do the honors for you. And action.
So, here's Jake from DriveHub Charger. I fixed it.
What was wrong with it, Tyler?
See, this YouTube mechanic here installed a fuel pump on his own rather than bringing it to the professionals. And as it turns out, for whatever reason, the new fuel pumps Chrysler sells for these, they swapped one of the pins around on the connector. So I had to swap the pin on that connector. And it's fixed. And then he's also got a power steering leak, which he still needs to fix. But, you know, the YouTube budget's pretty thin. So I also had to top off the power steering fluid, which is in the reservoir in the right front wheel well. And
That I didn't know about.
I'll have power steering for a little bit until he parks it again for another 3 months, and then makes you another video after he finally musters up the strength.
It was actually more like 6 months that it sat, so a little bit longer.
But anyways, make sure to comment on that problem he's got and tell him to fix it. Preferably bring it to a professional.
I will.
Case, not knocking all YouTube mechanics. But
Yeah, I thought I put in the right fuel pump. I didn't. There is no way I would have known doing it.
It was the right fuel pump. You just didn't put it in right.
Yeah, but how would I have known? Like,
The instructions that it probably came with. And the fact that it came with the
did
right
you
connector.
read the instructions?
Yeah, I did. Well, not the instructions they came with because you probably threw them away. But I did
I
look
think I
into
did.
replace fuel pump on 2013 Dodge Charger.
And it said
sure
you had to
enough,
switch the pins.
People talked about a connector that they came with, and I'm like, huh, his came with an orange connector. I'm like, well, look at that connector. Pins are different. And yeah.
Unbelievable. Well, at least it runs for now, right?
Yeah,
It should turn on.
I mean, if the battery's okay in it.
The battery is okay,
It's
so
also been sitting all weekend now.
yeah, that's true. So we'll hope it starts, and then
Yeah.
I got to put my plates on it because I finally have it registered. I actually registered it last year, and then it just sat. So Tyler, you've done it again.
I'm getting
You've
good
worked
at
your
this
magic.
YouTube
You're
thing.
getting real good at this YouTube thing. Just think of how awkward you were when you first started,
how
and now
not
you're
awkward
just
I am.
moderately awkward. You've done a good
a
job.
little bit.
You've done a good job. Good for you,
It's
man.
weird talking to this thing in the hand, but
Yeah, at least it's not the giant one that I used to carry around.
YouTube.
Time to throw the new plates on it before we get into trouble with the law, which would we in a car that once belonged to them? I don't want to find out. Now, the moment of truth. Find the keys here. Let's see if she starts. Oh my gosh. Battery's very dead, but we'll let that charge up a little bit. And the power steering works, and the gas gauge. And I got no more lights on, except for I got oil change due. This is incredible. This thing hasn't started for months. And now there's no ABS or traction control light on. And the power steering works. This is fantastic. This is actually the first time since I bought this car, October 23rd of 2020, that I'm actually driving it on the road. I am hype, even though I've driven a million Hemi Chargers. This one is mine though. Just double checking that all the lights are on and stuff. Don't want to get pulled over. We are good to go. Woo! Hot damn. Rock and roll, baby. Let's go. Shout out to the boys at Northeast for taking good care of me. This feels amazing. Feels amazing because it's moving under its own power. And it's steering thanks to power. I love it. Only thing is, I do think I have a low tire because, well, one, the low tire pressure light is on, and I don't think it's faulty. And it's kind of handling like a little wishy-washy, kind of floaty, like a boat. No, that's not a Charger joke, okay? It's actually handling like that. So I think I have a low tire pressure. But the good news is I'm averaging 1.9 miles to the gallon. 1.9, not 19. 1.9. Good. We'll trade for Tesla. Just kidding. Well, actually, so I was playing around with the controls on the steering wheel here and didn't even realize that this 2013 Charger actually tells you how much air is in each tire. I didn't know they had that back in 2013 in a Dodge Charger. Then again, this is a police pursuit Charger though, so maybe they get special treatment? I don't know. The brakes though, those do suck. Those do suck quite a lot. Not good. It is funny though how everyone reacts when they see this thing. They think it's an actual active duty police car. You know, they slow down, they get way off your ass, or back of your car, I should say. Like I'm pulling up to a stop sign and oh, that guy realizes right now that he messed up. Go ahead, buddy. He realizes that he royally messed up. Now he's crawling down the road. He's also in an Audi convertible, so he probably had it coming. Ah, we caught up to that Audi convertible. It doesn't look like he learned his lesson though. He kind of rolled right through that one. Maybe he is a subscriber and knows that I'm a little shit that has one of these. Road's still got a little bit of snow on it. Let's see what this thing's got. Just kidding. I guess it all melted in the time that I was gone. Oh no, here's a little bit of snow. It's a big car. Ooh. All right, well, we're back at the house with the Charger. It did actually really good on the ride home, much better than I was expecting. Gotta remember, this thing sat for like a year to a year and a half before I bought it during the auction. And then it sat at my house for not quite a year. It sat for a while when it didn't turn on. So it's doing really good. I'm gonna definitely try to put some miles on it in the next few weeks. Get some good fuel running through it, get everything, you know, actually moving again. But all I have to do is put some air in those tires and the thing's good to go. There's no more traction control or ABS lights on. Those were both on when I brought the car to the shop. So a massive thank you to Tyler, the mechanic at Northeast Auto Imports, for sorting that thing out for me. I put the new fuel pump in it and I was stumped after that. Again, I'm not a mechanic, just a big idiot with a camera. So I didn't hear the fuel pump turning on. I replaced the fuel pump. And obviously I can't even do that correctly. So sometimes it is good to bring your car to the professionals to have them sort it out, because I don't think it took them very, very long to figure it out. I know it definitely took some time, but and a massive thank you to my brother Tyler, as always, for helping me out with all this and helping me go get it. That would have been a long, cold walk. But again, huge thank you to them. And let me know down in the comments what you want to see with this thing. I have some video ideas in mind, but I want to see what you guys can come up with, some fun stuff to do to this. I think I might bring it to CarMax to see what they offer me for it. Well, prices for these used cars are insanely high. I want to see what they offer for a 2013 Hemi Charger X police car. So let me know down in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos that happen next with this Charger, if you want to tag along with whatever happens to this Charger. But I will see you guys next time. Happy motoring.